Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Wednesday, March 9th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is, I take time to appreciate the happenings in the invisible. I've got a mahalo crawling on my lap as we speak, so another mahalo glimpse, some nice elder dragon energy for you as we have our last day of Mercury moving through Aquarius. So we have Mercury hanging out at Aquarius 29 degrees through a large portion of the day. So this is like Mercury mischief on multiple layers. Mercury is already very mischievous when it's in the signs of Gemini and Aquarius. It's where that electrical energy is very expanded. Maybe sometimes Virgo a little bit too. But 29 degrees just adds to it. I actually had a friend today, like, we're not in Mercury retrograde. It's not the shadow. What's going on? Mercury, final degree Aquarius, definitely can have that energy. Take charge of your monkeys. Take control of your mind as much as possible. I don't like the word control so much. Sorry, got a mahalo for in my eye. But do your best to not let your mind run away with you. Take time to get grounded. This energy can be very stimulating. Joe feels it as what he calls, like, what is it, a heat condition. Some people can feel it as panic or anxiety attacks, tired and wired, overstimulated, jittery. All of this can come about with high degree Aquarius things. And again, we have so much in Aquarius, plus the moon in Gemini right now. It's all a lot. So taking the time to ground yourself is going to be great. Also utilizing that 29 degree energy of mastering the focus of your mind in and through this, mastering the focus of your vision, of your vibration, checking in with that, being very aware of what you are taking in through the day will for sure help you with that. That being said, Mercury will shift into Pisces, 5:32 p.m. Pacific time. So for the majority of the world, we will be having a later in the evening, early on Thursday, mercurial shift. Mercury into Pisces is definitely an interesting energy. It is going to move through fairly quickly. It'll shift signs on the 27th of March. So it's just under 3 weeks that we'll be working with this energy. Mercury in Pisces can be very conducive to connection to spirit. However, it can also induce the illusions and confusions. I like that. I like it when it rhymes. It always makes me happy. So anyway, illusions and confusions with Mercury in Pisces. Again, getting grounded, maybe that's part of the purpose of Mercury in Aquarius, can be helpful. A lot of spiritual people will be like, go up and out, go up and out. But I really feel like we're meant to go both ways. Ground in and connect to spirit. And through this, we find balance. So making sure during Mercury in Pisces that you ground, that's going to be very important. It's also important to stay connected to reality. Now, what I mean is taking an overview of what's going on in any given moment and taking it kind of with a grain of salt, recognizing, all right, this is one version of events. And again, going back to the energy mantra, keeping in mind on another level that there is a lot of things unfolding in the invisible realms. And keeping in that in mind can help. Finally, Mercury in Pisces can induce a lot of daydreamy action. And I would say for sure over this next 10-ish days, 11 days, with the sun finishing up in Pisces, we for sure may have very, very strong psychic connections. Clearing yourself often is very important, I would say as well, just because between the Aquarius going on and the Pisces energy going on, we can be very influenceable, and we really want to be solid in our own personal energies. So, but watch for the illusions and the confusions. Mercury in Pisces, it can seem so real. Besides this today, Moon in Gemini, I mentioned. Moon in Gemini, activating our mental energy, activating our minds. The only connection that we have with Mercury today is a square with Jupiter. Again, those confusions. because again, what we're seeing in the world and what we're getting from spirit may not necessarily always line up. And again, there's multiple layers of information, and it doesn't invalidate the other modality of information. Try not to get stuck in the stories. Try to be in the moment. If you get stuck in the stories, I do have this card. And when I pulled the Thunderbolt card, I was like, well, what is this really about? And I pulled the Creator card with it. And I was like, oh, it's really interesting. You may actually be creating your own Thunderbolt moments because you're tuning into one layer and you're not really connecting into these other layers that have important information for you. So keep that in mind, that the stories may be really rampant. I'm also getting another, did I have this card? I don't have this card, but I'm just getting the information as well that this may also be like some of this Thunderbolt feeling may be about some past life energies that you are processing in and through right now. And that again, you don't have to get so sucked into the story, that it's just meant to be processing through at this time. Part of this is due to our lack of maturity and ungroundedness with this maturity card in reverse. Again, I had this in reverse yesterday, I believe, as well. So it's like, oh my gosh, I said this before, I was really struggling with the Aquarius energy earlier this year, and I checked on my grounding cord, and it was frayed. It was super frayed and not able to really hold the energy for me to move through. So repairing that really helped. So check in with your grounding cord in and through this. Really strong mental energy, and we're not really existing in the land of possibilities so much. I have possibilities in reverse. Reality may feel a little bit daunting at this time. Again, speaking of that Aquarius, Mercury in Aquarius, 29 degrees, stay connected to your vision. Stay connected to vibration. We have this desire to want to know, but we also have desire to, or the need to tend to ourselves. So find your balance in and through that. Otherwise, you're going to end up feeling very burdened by these mental energies. The final card I have is the Rebirth card in reverse. There's an innocence that we will be reclaiming in and through some of this unfolding, and I would even say maybe even through some of the Mercury in Pisces unfolding energy, but we're not there yet. But that doesn't mean we have to get stuck in Grumpy Camel, right? Even if you're not there to the la la la, it's going to be okay moment, don't get stuck in Grumpy Camel. So we mentioned monkeys, camels, how many other animals? Mahalo, dragons. So I'm going to leave that there with the menagerie. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.